let's talk about Bishop Patrick Wooden of Upper Room Church in North Carolina. Let's talk about him trying to make Christmas biblical. Let's talk about him trying to make Christmas biblical. You would think that a bishop as old as he is would know better. I seen a video that he recently posted going at the system, the world system, over talking about they trying to take Christ out of Christmas. That's what he said. He did a video specifically going at the world from his political stance, which he's clearly a conservative. If not, he holds most of the conservative values. And I agree with him on his stance on homosexuality. But you have to wonder how much of the doctrines of Christ does a preacher like him really stands on. He's in the church, in Kojic. And we see all the corrupt stuff that's going on in Kojic and have been going on for a very long time. He and another one of Kojic preachers, pastors in my area, South Haven, Mississippi, Vincent Matthews, they seem overly involved with politics, but with a conservative bias. They very biased. They not really in the middle. They hold a lot of them conservative values. Truth be told, we as Christians are told to stay away from the system, the world system. Christians are not supposed to be involved with that stuff, voting in politics, none whatsoever. But so be it. That should be your thing, not a church thing, Democrats or Republicans. But it always have been the conservatives, Republicans, that always want to stand in church and preach against the Democrats and what they call them liberals, the liberals. But they ignore all the sin and wickedness that come from the conservative party. Some conservative preacher just committed suicide a couple of weeks ago because he was found out to be a cross-dresser. What's that guy that passed away some years ago? His son was just recently found out to be involved in some type of Jerry Falwell's son over there in Virginia. He was just recently found out to be involved in some type of sex triangle with his wife and some other guy. The conservative party have a whole lot of skeletons in their closet. But they seem to always want to go at the liberals through church. But getting back, Christmas has never been a Bible thing. The word Christmas is a pagan word. Christmas, I had my daughter to pull up even the term Christmas. It was switched around, it was added centuries ago. It never was a Bible thing. Just because people decide to celebrate Christ's birthday in December, that doesn't mean it's Bible. It came from the Bible. Many preachers in other denominations preach against Christmas, have broke it down. This time of year, you're gonna see a lot of stuff talking about Christmas, and they break it down and show you that Christmas have nothing to do. Nobody even really know when Christ was born. From studies and looking at scriptures, they projected it to be somewhere in the fall, early fall, not in the winter. Because you have to study geography and all that stuff. So when you really look at it, even celebrating Christ's birthday, they say December 25th or whatever, that's pagan. And it's doing something that Jesus didn't tell us to do. Christians aren't really supposed to celebrate anything on to that effect, birthdays, wedding anniversaries and stuff like that. Especially not in the church. But we see many people call themselves Christians do exactly that. Put big old Christmas trees up in the church. Many churches, different denominations do that. Put stuff out on the front lawn of the church, depicting the manger and all that stuff. They participate in paganism and unbiblical stuff. But to go on record to try to make it biblical so you can have some to use against the world system of the world, I have to question that coming from a pastor. They have service, Christmas morning service, celebrating Christ at churches. You're going to do all this stuff, do it away from the church. Don't make some biblical when it's not. Jesus Christ ain't nothing in the scriptures telling us to celebrate his birthday. Don't make things biblical that you decide to do or unbiblical when to avoid doing. That's why a lot of people try to make a lot of stuff in the Bible unbiblical so they won't have to be forced to look at it and and not comply. But you have to wonder. I give him kudos. I started looking at Bishop Patrick Wooden almost 2 years ago now when he said something concerning Beyonce and the Clark sisters and they dealings with Beyonce as far as their music. I give them kudos for that. I give him props. But it seems like ever since then I've been watching him, he kind of been like, I don't know, you know. Then after that, he ain't said nothing else about them and about Beyonce and all. I guess the higher ups must have got to him, put a gag order on him. He too concerned about what's going on in the world. There's a whole lot of stuff going on in the church where the church need to be trying to get right. Kojic is riddled with sin. Kojic goes along with a lot of stuff that's clearly against the Bible. Kojic will not deal with issues directly affecting the church. Why would you want to be a part of an organization when you can't even deal with the stuff directly that's going on in the church that you involved in? You try to speak out against something, then they shut you up. Because clearly they must have shut him up concerning the Clark sisters. He said that one time, he ain't said nothing else. But you can live right there for a long time because the stuff, even with what's going on with this lady bishop, this latest bishop that passed away, that's tied into the Kojic. That's directly affect Kojic. What are y'all positions on the gospel of inclusion? So to keep from dealing with the issues that directly affect the church, where it's gonna put them at odds with each other, he'll go and find something else to talk about and then try to make that biblical. That ain't got nothing to do with the Bible.